Meanwhile, in limbo...
Hey, I'm looking for somebody. Where is a guy named Strife?
Oh my goodness, it's me, Nastriff. And you want to ask me for a favor? Who the hell are you? Who are you? I don't know you.
My name is Nathan Dayspring Summers. I'm Cable.
Back up. Was your mother Madeline Breyer by any chance?
Well, I mean, I consider Jean Grey my mother.
No,
technically.
Whose vagina did you come out of?
Madeline Pryor.
Oh my God, do you remember me? Me and Madeline tried to sacrifice you. We turned the Empire State Building into a demon tower, and we tried to kill you. Oh my God, look, you're all grown up. Oh my God, if we had anything to do with me, you wouldn't have grown up.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 174 of Comic Book Queer's Legacy. Hello, I am your host, Brett, and this is your host, Evil Jeff. Hi, Evil Jeff.
Hey, and you just heard what should have been an excerpt from the latest issue of Cable by Jerry Duggan?
Jerry Duggan.
Yes.
I know, no recognition on Neastera's part of young Cable, the baby he once tried to sacrifice.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I think the baby, he was too traumatized by Havoc's slutty Goblin Prince outfit and blocked it all out.
Well, it has been a century, according to Ileana, in limbo since Inferno, so it's hard to... I can't remember things I did yesterday, let alone 100 years ago.
Ugh.
Yeah.
When did Nastrith come back to life? Because they did blow him up.
I have no idea. He's a demon. It works differently.
True. Anyway, how are you today, Brett?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. As of today, as of on Friday, I was fully vaccinated. So
congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel, well, awful. The side effects are terrible, but I'm ready.
That means it's working.
I'm ready to have a life and be a whore and do all of those things. It's going to be great.
Now, are you having any negative side effects from the second dose?
Yes. It feels like I have mono. Like just my whole body hurts. But it feels better today.
Oh.
It's getting better. But yeah, just watch out. Watch out for that second dose. I mean, unless you're one of those Johnson & Johnson people, but you know. I'm a Pfizer girl. I'm a Pfizer girl. So
I hope and pray here in New York City in 2022, when the rest of us can get vaccinated, that it's just the one shot Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, you just want the one shot?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want that second shot.
You're scared. Well, they say the worse you feel, it just means the more it's working.
Well, we've got a lot of I'm glad that you're good. I'm glad you're feeling good.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Let's get into some hot topics, some additional hot topics, because the vaccine is a very hot topic, but some comic-related hot topics. Hit it.
What are you gonna hit?
Ooh.
Hot topics.
Okay, so the never-ending saga of the Black Widow movie releasing, I think, is finally at its resolution. And
what is the resolution?
Well, there's a plot twist. So Black Widow is going to come out on July 9th. Yay! According to Biden, we'll all be vaccinated by then. I don't know if that's true. And the twist is she's also going to be released not only in theaters, but on Disney Plus for additional $30.
That is... See, that's the thing that's the one thing. Now that I'm vaccinated, I can go to the movies.
You can go to the movie. You don't have to pay the additional $30 for Disney Plus. You can pay it at the theater.
Yes. Although my boyfriend is he still feels he's too scared to go to the movies. And I'm like, why? Stop.
Is he vaccinated?
Yes, we both got vaccinated together. They took one shot and it went through my arm and then it went through his arm. No. Anyway, but that's the thing. He's a huge Godzilla and King Kong fan. And I am not. And there's that new Godzilla King Kong combo movie.
Sure.
Which is like everything he's ever dreamed of. And I was like, you can go to that movie by yourself. then he's like, oh, I think I'll just watch it here. It's probably going to be released here. And I'm like, no,
It is. It's going to be on HBO Max.
go to the movie. Leave the house and go to the movie.
So is Joe, your boyfriend, scared because he has lingering social anxiety from the trauma of the past year of a pandemic?
It is. He says he's scared to be like, he's like imagining if it's a huge crowd in a movie theater, like he's not ready for that. Like just going straight away into a huge movie theater with a bunch of people is too scary for him.
You're vaccinated. What's the big deal? You could be like Robert De Niro in Cape Fear, like feet up on the seat in front of you.
Exactly.
smoking a cigar,
And also,
coughing.
it's King Kong versus Godzilla. It's not going to be a full theater. Let's be honest.
Oh, she said the franchise is weakening. Well, I think people might be really happy to go back to theaters, and therefore it might be full despite the movie.
I mean, I'm going to
Just for
fucking
the
see Black
experience.
Widow in the goddamn theater. I mean, come on. The chance to see a
Not
goddamn...
me.
I mean, but if you're vaccinated, you will.
No, I want to see it at home.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I see. I miss seeing Marvel movies in the theater with everybody. Like, come on. Can you imagine if you just saw Infinity War at home?
I'm done with movies in a movie theater. I want to stay home for all of it.
You, honey, you... I think once you go back to it and have that experience with everybody cheering at the same time, like you're gonna miss it. You love it.
Wouldn't it be great if like the first few movies everybody goes to, it's hyper social in the audience. Like everyone doesn't just clap and cheer, but they like get up and hug. You know,
Yeah.
like, they're like talking about the movie, doing like quips to their friends as if they're on Zoom during the movie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a whole different experience.
Yeah, I definitely want to see it in the fucking theater. Although Black Widow,
No, I would love that.
Black Widow, it's one of those ones where I just was never super excited about it because it's like there's no stakes in it because it's like it doesn't have any effect on what happened, because it happens before.
Oh, okay. It's the introduction of Florence Pugh as the new Black Widow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so I push back a little bit.
Oh my God. Okay, well that's fine and all, but it's still, there's no like going to be any big like, oh, that means this thing is true now. I can't imagine any of that happening.
It means that what's true now is Florence Pugh as the new Black Widow. Pew pew.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm sure I want to be. I always like having low expectations and then being proven wrong. That's always what
Listen.
That's always what I want.
Fun fact, July 9th, when it's released, it actually will release the same night as Loki's 5th episode.
Ooh.
So July 9th, we'll get Loki episode 5 and we'll get Black Widow.
Oh, nice. That one. I'm more excited about Loki than I am about Black Widow.
Well, you're a very big Owen Wilson fan.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, what's the movie in the Royal Tenenbaums? Wildcat. Ooh, Wildcat. I think Wildcat suffered from a outdated vernacular. Excuse me, I gotta go. I love that scene.
That's one of my least favorite Wes Anderson movies.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I hate Gwyneth Paltrow.
That is my favorite.
I know, and I hate
Oh
Gwyneth Paltrow, and I hated
my
Gwyneth
God,
Paltrow.
She's so good in it.
I hated her. I hated her.
Do you like Pepper Potts? Are you able to watch Iron Man?
I hate her in that too, but I watch it.
I can't.
I hate Gwyneth Paltrow. You know me. The only thing I'll watch with her is Contagion because she dies and her face gets ripped off.
My God.
Anyway, there's another movie I want to talk about in Hot Topics.
What's another hot topic?
James Gunn's whatchamacallit, movie Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Oh my God.
Suicide Squad.
That's coming to HBO Max as well, girl.
Um,
Are you going to watch that in the movie theater or are you just going to stay home and watch it? I'm going to stay home.
Here's the deal, but I live right by, I can walk to a movie theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. In New York City, I have to drive to one.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh no, I'm
But-
sorry. I'm surrounded by 11.
Okay, well here's the thing, Miss Piss. That's not the point that I can walk to it, but the one that I can walk to, it's very empty usually. So usually when I go to see a movie by myself, it's me and like 3 other people. So the idea that I can just go to this movie theater with three other people and just watch it on the big screen, I'll probably watch it on the big screen now. I think that's going to be my new thing, is just going to the movies by myself. I'm going to be doing that a lot.
It's the best. It's
Yeah.
the best.
I love it. I love it.
You could be anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one knows you.
Yeah, but
you could take on a whole new persona.
Did you see
going to college?
But did you see the trailer for Suicide Squad?
Yes, girl. I'm a comic book fan.
What did you think?
I'm so excited for John Cena.
Yeah.
I was surprised that the King Shark scenes were so gory.
Yeah. Definitely. Full on just eating people.
It looks like a measured improvement over the original because it's James Gunn.
Well, after the Snyder Cut, everyone's trying to release the original Suicide Squad director's cut.
Ugh,
which I'm like,
enough.
Stop it. That's the thing, is there's this kind of weird consensus I'm seeing on social media that it's like Snyder was vindicated and that this was such a great movie. And I'm like, but it's
okay.
It's not.
It's still horrible.
It's still not a good movie.
All right, well, we covered that last week. What about Suicide Squad appealed to you?
I just loved all of the weird kind of side villains that are like showing up. Like, is it Polka Dot Man? Who was that?
Yeah.
Like that. He looks fun and interesting. It definitely looks
The
like
Weasel.
Pete Davidson. You don't see him in any of the fight scenes. I think he's going to be killed almost immediately. So I'm looking forward to
Yay!
that. John Cena looks fun. Idris Elba looks hot. Harley Quinn looks fun. It looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be great. Can't wait.
Is there any news things happening?
No, that's all.
How about some
I say we move on.
X news?
Yes.
Oh, we're backed up. We need to.
We're like the Suez Canal.
Yeah, we need to twist it the right way so all these X books that we haven't reviewed yet come out. Hit it.
Oh, there it goes.
I want your ex.
Come on.
We got 4 X books, and and all I'm saying is that Planet X and this Hellfire Gala, they need to light
Planet size X-Men.
Yes. This they need to light a fire in me, because right now I'm kind of like, I'm getting bored.
It's okay. We get it. It's an in-between period.
Exactly.
They're
And you
coming
can't,
down from one thing.
and you can't
going
fucking
into the
kill it
next.
every single fucking second. And I'm still loving X Factor. Like, there's still books that I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
But then there's like Sword and X-Force. Let's talk about Sword first.
Let's talk about Sword Ford.
Sword. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Sword.
It's number 4. It's by Al Ewing and Valerio Schiti.
It's still a goddamn crossover with this fucking symbiote shit.
It's a shame.
So I
The
just
timing is a shame.
I don't care, but there is a big deal that has happened.
What?
And that is, we had 2 fucking characters get fucking killed. And
Yeah, Fabian Cortez and Sunfire.
yeah, fucking, it's weird. Like, I do think it's like, can we just, it's like, if people, I think it is one of those things where it's like, X-Men are just really easy to kill now because you can kill them off. Just because you can kill them off doesn't mean you should kill them off. And this is like a thing where it just happened with all of X Factor just died. All of Sword just died. All X-Force, everyone's dying. Like, every book, they're just like killing everybody. Like, let's like just calm it down. I don't know, am I crazy with that?
No, you're not crazy with that. I think about the poor souls who were not famous mutants in the back of the line in the Resurrection Protocols.
That still haven't
Them
been
bitches keep
resurrected.
getting cut. They keep getting cut because all these popular X-Men keep dying and getting pushed to the front of the line.
I know.
If I was like a D-list mutant, I'd be like, yo, like, can I get resurrected?
Yeah. It's fucked up.
My God.
But here's the thing with what happens is, in the end, that he definitely Magneto comes and was like, jizzes all over everybody. Sorry. He comes up and is just
Yeah.
like, we need to push Fabian to the front of the line. because I need to speak to him immediately. And it seemed pretty obvious what he wanted him for, right?
What?
I think
I mean, yes, but I want to hear you say
I
it.
think they want to add him somehow to the, like, using what he's doing with everyone else, they want to add him to the 5 maybe to push forward more resurrections to like
Oof.
to boost everybody. Does that
This is dangerous because they already come back enhanced, as we've established.
Yeah. I mean, that's
So I
what it
hope
seemed
that's
like
not
it
it.
was, right? What did you think it was?
I just thought he had acolyte fever.
No, I think he definitely is like, I want you to do something to like do a boost where we can just immediately resurrect like a million
Yeah.
mutants.
Yeah. Shit. What a concept. So that the 5 can do multiples at once.
Yeah, yeah.
Good Lord.
And here's the other thing is this is my thing is I don't understand. I think they're so concerned with making all of these and they have these rules, but I would personally break the rules and make a duplicate 5 and then you just double your production.
I mean, you do double your production. It's
Yeah.
basic math.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to talk about rule number 2, Magneto says at the end. Which one is that?
Isn't that's the grow, like, make more mutants.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Magneto gonna Magneto. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Xavier's like, no, old friend. And Magneto's like, old friend.
And all I'm saying is, can we I'm going to start a new segment which is where in the world is Moira McTaggart? Like, I'm fucking sick of it. Just have her show up anywhere.
That should be a new segment on the show.
And then it's like,
We have
has she shown up yet? No.
it's a 2-minute long intro song put to Carmen Sandiego, but then we just name a city.
And then we're like, she's not there either.
After 2 minutes of song, we just go Cairo, Egypt, and then move on to our next segment.
What else happened last
Oh, something very interesting. A little callback to the Age of X, right?
Oh,
'Cause that's
yes, with Frenzy.
That's where, yes,
where Frenzy
the
fell in love
alternate reality.
with Cyclops.
That's
And-
right. She mentions it.
Yeah, she's basically like, I was only in love with one person and it was your fucking dad, bitch.
Joanna Cargill's like, I love your dad, bitch.
Still can't get over it. Cyclops must be so good in bed.
He must something.
Like, they're fucking digmatized.
Like, he must be like 6'5" something.
Yeah, it's...
What is it?
Frenzy can't get enough. Wolverine can't get enough. Jean can't
Grey
get enough.
Can't get
Emma
enough.
can't
Emma
get enough.
Frost can't get enough.
Jesus
Quanon
Christ.
once.
Oh, yeah, that's
Lee
right.
Forrester can't get enough.
I mean, come on.
Colleen Wing even hit that once or twice. Still might be.
I mean, they thought when they called him Cyclops because he's a one-eyed monster, I thought it was because of his eyes.
Oh! Ha ha! Delicious. Let's talk about X-Force.
And we did. Okay, so
And we did. Actually, I have to come clean. I've hit a milestone in the Dawn of X Hickman era.
What did you do, Brett? Or what didn't you
I
do?
forgot to pick up a book for the first time. And that book is
Oh
X-Force.
my God.
And it shows you that my relationship with this book, the ties that bind are tenuous at best. I completely forgot, Evil Jeff. How about that?
It's just continuing the story.
How about that?
Yes. It's you didn't miss anything. It's
God.
continuing the story of Quentin Quire, where there's this weird Quentin Quire type person that like killed a bunch of people on a boat, and now everybody thinks that that Krakoa is like killing civilians, and now this weird Quentin Quire person is like psionically attacking people on Krakoa, and it basically just turns out that weird, what's that Baron Zemo looking dude who like kidnapped Domino? What's that cult called?
Yeah, Xeno, is that right?
Is that what it
Like
is?
Xeno?
Yeah.
The butterfly guy, the peacock guy?
Yeah, the guy who like
Yeah.
took Domino's skin grafts and then like made.
Yeah, the villain since issue 1.
Yeah, basically they've been collecting all the murdered Quentin Quires, and then have been doing their own cloning. So there's this kind of just monster Quentin Quire that's like going out and attacking everybody. And Sage is now an alcoholic and is now just losing her memories because she's so drunk all the time. And
Wait, what?
yeah. Like
Where did that come from?
There's just a scene with her getting drunk with Blob, and Blob's like, I think you had enough. And she's like, give it to me. And then she's basically going on with like, I remember everything. I remember how many people come in and out of Krakoa, but when I drink, I don't remember anything. Like it's like in one of the like reports that she gives, how she's like missing time because of her drinking. It's like, who cares?
Oh my god.
Basically, and in the end, Quentin Quire comes face to face with his like weird, evil version of himself. And then I'll probably fight him, and then I'll win, and then we'll move on.
Not Sage. Sage can't move on without some help.
Yeah, Sage is going to have an intervention, which I guess... Who are the alcoholics in Krakoa? Siren?
Siren? Why?
Was it Siren an alcoholic for a while?
She was, right?
Yeah, who else was? There's got to be someone else was an alcoholic.
Wolverine, arguably.
But he's not admitting it. These are people that have admitted they have a problem.
Oh, admitted they've had a problem.
We should get Tony Stark to show up. I would love to see just a Sage intervention. And then Emma shows up and she's just like, these are the reasons you've hurt me. And then she's just a total bitch. And they're like, I don't think that's helping. Oh, we're supposed to help her?
Emma's like, I'm drunk right now, but that doesn't mean I'm an alcoholic.
Oh my god. Anyway, so X-Force was stupid.
Okay, let's then talk about, I don't know, Cable number 9 by Jerry Duggan and Phil Noto.
Cable. This was... I was talking about it with my boyfriend of just how much I loved it, and then he was like, it sounds awful. And I was like, what do you mean?
Why?
This sounds awful? And he's just like, it sounds like all of these are inside jokes for people that have read all of the X-Men.
Oh, go see a movie by yourself.
But I do agree where I'm just like, I do feel like it's specifically written for us because it's all of
Good.
these Easter eggs of things of like, I do wonder if you're just like a newbie being like, I'm going to read Cable. And then you're just like, I don't get any of this.
No newbie is reading Cable.
True. But it's so good. I love it.
It's so good. You know what? You know what kind of stories I love, Evil Jeff? Stories that I feel like are written for me. My favorite kind.
Yeah, exactly.
And this one. What a fun opening with Cable and Esme on a takedown aim adventure, picked up on a yacht by Cyclops and Emma Frost.
Yes.
Their respective parents.
Yes. Who are also
And
fucking
Esme's
each
so
other.
cute. She's like, Mommy, we took down the nuclear sub. Yeah, how about your parents are fucking and you're fucking?
Also, how about your parents are fucking while... They were clearly fucking while all that was happening.
Yes.
Like, they're like,
Yeah, Emma was stepping
Cable
on
and,
Scott's
Cable
neck,
and
like,
them
while
have
they're
it.
taking
Yes,
that aim.
yes. So fucked up. And then we get probably one of the best in the while Emma quotes.
Oh, Esme.
When he
Bad
jumps
news,
in-
darling. The boy would rather throw himself into the ocean than be with you at the moment. Oof, Mom. That's how my mom would say things to me, and that's why I'm so fucked up. Because my mother would like somehow say the worst possible version of what she needed to say.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm sorry, Brett, but your pin head makes that hat look small.
Oh my god. Do you have a small head?
I don't.
I have a small head.
I think I don't, but my mother once said I did.
Like, children's hats fit me.
Oh, no.
have a very
I don't have a
small
small
head.
head like that. No.
Okay. I just thought maybe we could like bond with that since it's traumatizing for me.
I'm so sorry. I can't offer you the connection you seek.
Okay. Anyway, Cable. There's also, as we said in the beginning, in our little reenactment, he's like still searching for these babies, and then Rachel is like, "Oh, don't you remember during Inferno, they were doing baby sacrifices too? So maybe it has something to do with that."
She said it was not exactly before your time, but mutant babies were once used in a spell. I was like, he was one of the babies.
He was one of the. I know that was Rachel trying to be nice, and I was like, "Why are we dilly dallying around this?" I want them to, because this. I wanted to reenact. Like they need to bring up that he was one of the fucking babies.
So I love this because maybe they are inadvertently visiting that trauma that was inflicted on him when he was a baby. Maybe a big twist is going to be like, and you were one of those babies, and he'll be like, no, that's why I'm afraid.
But
all the
not
time.
only that, what if they're actually trying to redo that spell?
Oh fuck!
And because maybe it's some, and Strife is like
Inferno 2.0.
Yes, and then Strife is like using one of his clones.
Oh my
because it's like the same DNA. Like I don't know. Like I think that would be really cool.
I have not seen childhood trauma revisited like this since the Punky Brewster reboot on Peacock.
Have you watched that?
I did. I watched the first episode.
Wait, what do you mean? Why did Sherry get locked into a refrigerator again?
No. Oh my God, do you remember that though? But she's on the show. No.
Oh, hello. You know I did a version called Spunky Cooter on my
do know that.
my old channel, and I did that episode.
No, the end of Punky Brewster reboot episode 1, she gets a call from the mother who abandoned her at the mall.
Oh, shit.
Creating the very concept of Punky Brewster in the first place.
Fuck. Doesn't she also find another, like, kid?
She finds another kid, and let me tell you, that kid is what saves the show. The show is so bad. It is so poorly written and so poorly acted, but that little girl.
But is it
gold.
like? But is it kind of like Wizards of Waste? Like, you know all those Nickelodeon shows that had like Selena Gomez and like all of those? Isn't it just like
It
those?
feels like
iCarly.
Yeah.
It just seems like it would be
feels
like one of
akin
like
to
it's
that
not
level.
written for adults.
I mean, it's kind of written for like 40-ish-year-old divorcees.
But what about
is.
how hot is Freddie Prinze Jr. though?
He's so hot.
Yeah.
He's so hot.
That's interesting. Spunky Cooter.
Anyway. Oh, Spunky Cooter. Love the Inferno callbacks here. Love that Nyastra is here.
Yeah, I want that all to bring. I want it all to come to a head. The other thing I want to have come to a head is, can we have a weird date thing with Quentin and Cable and the Cuckoos, please?
Ooh, please.
I just want to know what the fuck that is going on. I'm sure they'll all be down with it and okay with it, but I just want it to be addressed.
I want to know who the other 3 Cuckoos boyfriends are.
Yeah, they all have different. Yeah, they all have extra.
They're all like, we thought we were sharing boyfriends, but since you went and got your own boyfriends, we got boyfriends too.
Oh, I can tell you right now because, honey, they only like psionics. They only like psychics. One's probably with Hellion.
Hell yeah.
Hellion.
Hellion.
One is probably what are other? One's fucking Professor Xavier, I guess.
Yeah. And Mentallo. Boom.
There you go.
It's great. Cable's great. It's ending in 3 issues. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. I have a question for you. Is Nate Gray and Nathan and Cable, are they exact like DNA replicas just from different dimensions, or are they just different children? Or is that, you know what I mean?
Nate Gray is this, I believe, genetically the same as Cable, but he just never got the TO virus.
So because Nate Gray is an Omega level mutant.
Sure.
But Cable is not considered an Omega level mutant. Is that because of the virus?
Yeah. Right? It wasn't always that he always held back. He uses so much of his power to hold the virus back.
So here's my
constantly.
thing is, if we kill Cable and resurrect him, wouldn't he then be an Omega level mutant?
Okay.
Wouldn't he be?
I don't know.
Theories.
Oh my God.
Why are you acting all angry about that?
I don't know. Why are you accusing me?
But the thing that ends with Cable is he realizes he's a fuck up. He's talking to Hope, and Hope basically is just like,
Yeah.
I know, like, you don't really like me. And she's like, you killed, like the man that raised me.
Like my dad.
Like you killed I know you are him, but you killed him.
And it's, in retrospect, kind of looked like it wasn't that well thought through.
Yeah, like, and you're
By
a
the way.
fuck up. Like, you fucked everything up. And so
Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
He is such a different presence than that initial, what was it, extermination story?
Yeah.
Where he was so, like, dark and badass.
Well, now I just realized
Cable.
it was all, but it was all just teen angst.
Act. Yep.
And, but they were like, we need to get Cable back. And that is
I
so
would love
confusing.
Old Man.
I would too, but I'm
I
so
know.
confused of like, if you killed him, who is this old man Cable? Is it just a different point in the time stream? Does that mean that eventually he's going to still end up as the person that died? I'm just so time stuff is so confusing.
It's a lot. It's a lot. You know what's really confusing? The relationship between Betsy Braddock and Quanon, a.k.a. Psylocke. But this issue of Excalibur number 19 says, we know.
Yeah.
And we own it.
It's finally bringing it all to a head. We saw previews of Betsy Braddock's Hellfire Gala outfit in previews, so it was kind of like, okay, well, Betsy's coming back.
Yeah, Captain Britain's coming back.
Clearly. And so basically they're trying to resurrect Betsy, but they can't. Basically, Richter's trying to do the spell. He's freaking out like a little Nelly Queen that he is.
You see his cute notes in Apocalypse's magic books, like, oh, I'm going to put this here, and I have Newt here instead of that.
Yeah, and they're not able to get it to work, and they also still don't know what was inside of her before. Do we still feel that that's Morgan Le Fay?
Not after the end of this issue, we don't.
Oh, was it revealed who it was?
Girl, what?
I'm telling you, I
Girl.
don't remember anything anymore.
Girl,
I need
the
to-
reveal at the end. Are you serious? What is happening to you? Who are you? Evil.
It's called I Got a Shot.
Evil. It was Malice.
Oh,
She
right.
calls up the
Oh my
Joker.
God,
I don't
thank
even
you.
know who you are anymore.
I'm telling you, I will say another.
What just happened?
No, I am going to tell you another side effect of the shot. My brain is like complete scrambled eggs.
It's the Malice choker. I screamed your name when it happened.
I know. You know what? Why did I forget that? Why did I completely forget that?
I love what a reveal that it was not Morgan Le Fay. It was Malice that was inside the Betsy clone body.
No, and that's the thing. Now that you bring it up, I immediately thought Brett, because I was like, because they were like, she was like, oh, I had a history with her. I'm like, and she's like, and you did too, if you remember. And it's like, yeah. Do you know why you remember? Because you were with who? Dazzler and Storm and then Polaris. They need to get Dazzler, Storm, and Polaris. They need to get all the people that were
hell
possessed
yeah.
by Malice.
We need an Outback reunion.
Oh my God.
But wait a minute. Think about it. Who made this Betsy Braddock body? Sinister. Did he just stick Malice's freaking choker?
Wait,
Like in the clone?
so he made it. Was that established before that he made it for
Jamie.
Jamie?
Yes.
And so, that would be curious if like, but is Malice considered a mutant?
I think so, yes.
So I'm wondering like, where has she been? I wonder when's the last time she showed up.
I think she's always floating around. Or Sinister probably had her contained somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. But before she was, it was revealed that it was Malice. Fucking Conan is just like, I need to fucking go find her. And, Brian's like, oh, I need to get my sister. And she's like, bitch, back off.
Well, they have her essence.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Captain's Britain of all the other dimensions.
Yes. And Conan just like lets it go. And then Richter's like, oh, no, what are you doing? And she's like, well, what you're doing wasn't working, so I'm going to try something different.
It wasn't going into the body, so we're going to try a different way.
And Conan goes and runs after it. And that's when you realize it's like, we have shared the same body for so long. We actually are kind of still connected. Whether we
They're
like
so
it
tangled
or
and
not.
intertwined.
Because that's the other thing is like, if you look at the history of Conan, I mean, she clearly was a mutant, but she didn't have the exact replica of Psylocke's powers. Like
Right.
there's just a total like intertwined intermingling of both of them that's left over that they had to deal with. And Conan gets into her mind, jumps into a well that she's hiding in, and is just like, bitch, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about this. And they kind of just come to an understanding. And that's the thing is she's like, you're going to come into my body, and I'm going to bring you back. And Betsy is so scared, like, no, I can't do that to you again. Like, Betsy feels so guilty that she was
So guilty.
in charge, realizing that Conan was there the whole time, not being able to do anything. Like, she feels so bad about it.
I think that it could be the core reason why Betsy is always, she's kind of like running away from everything. This whole title, Betsy is not accepting a lot of stuff about herself and her identity and her place in this society. She just keeps running and running and running from things. And I wonder if it's because she's so ashamed.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. But the only
that.
time when she's not running, she's doing it out of a sense of sacrifice. Like she's either
Right.
running away from her problems, or she's like, just kill me. I volunteer as tribute to be Captain Britain. I volunteer as tribute to do the sword. Like fucking, I'll do the match. Kill me. Like she's like she wants to be punished. She just needs a good S&M
She's guilty.
section, an S&M session.
Oh, baby.
Can you
Well,
imagine?
speaking of S&M,
if Betsy and Quantum became lovers, like weird
I can't
S&M
imagine that,
lesbian
actually.
lovers. All right, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say that anyone on Krakoa could be Malice next issue.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe has been this whole time.
Well, no, because chokers are very hard to accessorize, especially
They are.
like, I mean, come on, those chokers. I mean, it's not the '90s anymore. Come on, honey, you can't walk around with a fucking choker.
I just want Dazzler to fight Malice next issue of Excalibur for some reason.
Is there any advanced preview of what the next cover of? I want to look because, I mean, come on, if Dazzler and Polaris show up, because they've been the two people that were possessed the longest by Malice.
I'll die.
And Dazzler's been
And
given
can we
the
get
short
some
end of
Dazzler, please?
I was just about to say she's been
on
given
something.
She's been given the short end of the stick on this goddamn thing. Well, that's why I told you I want to put her on the goddamn. She needs to be on the team on my Omega level comic that I want to create.
Yeah. So you want to be an Omega? I need like a Way of X type Dazzler announcement. You know, like, oh, we know you want more Nightcrawler. We're holding back on Nightcrawler. Boom! Here's a Nightcrawler book.
Exactly.
Like, I want that for Dazzler.
Exactly.
Or
We
put
need
her on
some
the X-Men.
Dazzler. We need some goddamn Dazzler, bitches.
Put her on the X-Men Dazzler.
But yeah, I loved me some Excalibur. I love that it's like
It's great.
I thought it was gonna be like, and now it's the cross time caper, and it's like, nope. Now we're doing Malice.
We're doing Malice. Buckle up. Beep, beep.
And now I've also just decided, what would happen if
Ooh. A hypothetical.
if Wiccan gets into, like, you know, he's missing Hawkling because Hawkling's always off world. And one day he's doing a spell, and Richter is like noticing all of these, like, you know, magic energies, and then shows up like, what are you doing? And it's like, I'm a gay wizard. He's like, well, I'm a gay wizard too. And then they kind of like start to like hook up, and then Wiccan feels real. Am I just crazy thinking that?
No, I think that's
I think-
exactly what's going to happen in the next year.
I think Richter and Wiccan should have magic sex.
Yes. And their couple name will be Rickon
Wichter.
or Wichter. Listen, we've talked about comic books enough.
Let's talk
Should we
about
move on to TV?
Let's talk about some TV. Hit it.
Someone who'll watch superhero sci-fi stuff with me.
All right.
Evil Jeff, I understand from doing almost 200 episodes of a comic book podcast with you that you are a fan of Invincible by Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, it's one of my.
Is that true?
It's one of my favorite comic book runs of all time. Completed.
Why do you like it so much?
It is a complete hot, fresh, new take, even though it was like from early 2000s at this point, of what it's like to grow up to be like Superman. Like if your dad was Superman, this is what the world would be like. And it's all kind of told POV of this one guy, and it's treated very nonchalant, and it's also treated very real. It's definitely for adults. It's high NC-17 violence, and it also deals with very complicated things of like who is the villain, who is not the villain. The idea of good and evil is very gray in this comic, and that's what made it very interesting to me. And so when I heard that Seth Rogen was producing this, that it was going to be Steven Yeun is the voice, Oscar nominated actor, J.K. Simmons is going to be Omni-Man, I was so excited. Have you read any Invincible, Brett?
I have not.
You have not. All right. So we're going to do a 1, 2, 3. Loved it, liked it, hated it. One of those three. Okay?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
I liked it, but the material kind of feels dated, like the concept is dated. It feels like The Boys did it better.
Yeah. And here's what I'm going to say. They actually... They took all of the interesting takes that the comic did and dumbed it down and tried to make it more generic, like a regular superhero thing. And so I was like, why are you doing this? And I also will say this, I feel like it's improving a little bit, but the animation of the faces were really bad. Like no expressions in any of the faces.
Yeah. Yes.
So I was just like, ooh. And of course, I am dating a storyboard artist whose job it is to do basically the cinematography of animation. And he's like, garbage. And I was like, okay, you're going to have to leave now.
And the artist was Ryan Otley, right? On the original series?
Ryan Otley, I believe was he the first one? It was two artists. I think Ryan Otley was later. I think he did the last... maybe the last 3/4 of it.
The art of the show does feel like the art I've seen.
Yes. But it's just not animated very well.
Right.
I will say by the third episode, the animation, I don't know if it's just I got used to it, but I was feeling better about it. And I will say this is one of the rare things in a comic is after the second, like the first episode, they were doing all these things to kind of generic it down to like a regular superhero show. But then at the end, and we're going to give you spoilers here, because also the comic fucking came out, like fucking 16 years ago.
16 years ago?
Like, wow. Omni-Man is a bad guy. Like the dad is a bad guy. And so the series ends with the big twist where he goes and murders the Guardians of the Globe, which are like the Avengers.
Well, they're actually exactly the Justice League.
The Justice League, yeah. He murders them, and you realize, and that's when the show is kind of like, and the show in the first episode, all up until that point, it's very picturesque. There's no violence. It's very PG. It's all like, oh, superheroes.
It's basic. It's like basic.
And then suddenly it's like, nope, full on nasty R-rated violence. And I think that's the fun twist that it like threw in there. I will just say the way the comic book did it was way more interesting than the way the pilot did it.
Okay.
That being said, by the time it got to the second episode, I was like, oh, they're full on not deviating anything. It is full on just like, I think Seth Rogen was like, no, just do the comic.
So it does feel like a one-to-one
fucking comic.
To the comic.
Yes, the only difference is how he has like a gay friend?
Yeah.
Andrew Reynolds. That friend doesn't come out until like years later. Like they're
I mean,
adults.
that's the difference
And then
of
he
16
meets him, and then
years.
he's like, "I've been gay the whole time." And this time they're like, "Well, he's just gonna be gay." You know what I mean? So
Yeah, because it's 15 years later.
yeah, exactly. So the other thing I am confused about is I like the idea that it's Stephen Yun and Sandra Oh,
And Sandra Oh.
but
yeah.
so I am just like, are they Asian then?
Right.
Is it an Asian character? I don't like that they're not addressing it. I don't like the idea that
Yes.
it's like, it could be. I'm like, no, why don't you just call it out? Like, let it be an Asian character.
It would be great to establish that representation.
Exactly. So I'm going to keep on watching it because it really is just following the comics, but I am very disappointed with how much I love this
Yeah.
comic.
Have you seen Minari? Speaking of Stephen Young,
I haven't, but I saw the one clip of the one kid and the grandmother like fighting, and then I was like, oh, this looks really fucking good.
It's so fucking good. And because of the kid and the grandmother, we watched it last night. We did a Nomadland Minari double feature.
I have no desire to see Nomadland. That looks way too depressing for me.
It actually isn't. The word I would use is more hopeful and uplifting. But still sad, but steeped in sadness.
Steeped in sadness. That's what I mean. I just don't want any steeped in
It's even
sadness.
worse.
I don't want any steeped in sadness. I basically could just watch action movies and romantic comedies.
Every
now.
movie on the Oscar movie journey is like, oh God, this is gonna be so tragic. Like, watch Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Oh, the father. Oh, the father. Let me just watch my dad get Alzheimer's and forget who he is. No, thank you.
And I'm now gonna watch Sound of Metal.
Watching someone go deaf. Yeah, my friend was like, watch Sound of Metal. And I'm like, I have a fear of going deaf. I have a fear of losing my mind. I don't want to watch any of these things.
They're all so heavy.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm just going to watch. Hello. Okay. I'm just going to throw this out there before we talk about the next thing. There's a new, because you know how I talked about Cherry Magic, my favorite boys love BL yaoi show in which a virgin got psychic powers and then realized that the boss was in love with him. There is a new Japanese BL that just came out. The title of it is Man Who Defies the World of BL. That is the title of, and what it is, a guy slowly realizes that he does not live in the real world, that he is actually in a yaoi manga. Because everywhere he looks, boys are secretly falling in love. They can't admit it in real life. And he's just like, I want to be a side character. I can't be a main character because I don't want to be gay. And so his whole life is trying to avoid being gay. And in the first episode, slowly his group, his squad, all start falling in love with each other. And he's just so annoyed. Amazing. And he's like trying to like not, and then his brother gets confessed to, and he's like trying to stop everyone from being gay. It is like, that's what I want. I don't need fucking Alzheimer's, going deaf. I'm living out of a van.
Yeah.
I want all of my friends are gay and falling in love with each other.
Yeah.
I can't. You know what?
I got bad news about Minari too.
Oh, was that one sad too?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. My boyfriend lied to me. He told me to watch it because he said it wasn't sad. He's a fucking liar. All right, anyway.
He's sabotaging you. He's setting you up.
You're
being framed by your own love.
Well, here's the thing is I'm just telling you right now, I think once the pandemic is like over and I'm living my life like regularly again, I can rewatch sad things. Right now, the world is so crappy. I just don't have time. I don't have time. There's only one crappy world I can watch. And you know what that crappy world is? The post blip world.
Yes.
That's the world. That's the sad world I can get into. Let's fucking talk about
The World is Broken. Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 2.
And can I just say, I was just talking about BLs. This is a BL. This is BL. This is the gayest thing. This is the gayest thing I have ever seen. They landed on top of each other. They landed on, and then it was like, oh, just get off of me. This is gay romance 101.
The most classic will they or won't they trope. One character accidentally lands on the other when they fall. Yes. Yes. This episode introduces John Walker, the U.S. agent, but actually known as the real Captain America. And speaking of BL, the shot of Bucky Barnes sitting on the floor of his apartment, watching TV and seeing this new man say he is Captain America, and the look on his face that screamed, "That is not my husband." Oh,
Yeah.
I
have a
that
question.
face,
Like,
what an iconic shot.
I have a question. In the entire Marvel universe, is Bucky your number one to sleep with? Is he your number one?
Yeah.
Does anyone
Yes.
beat him?
No,
Okay. Because I think
Yes,
that
no.
influences.
Nobody beats Bucky.
I think that influences everything that you have to say
I
about the
love
show,
Bucky.
and I love it. I'm here for it. But I will say, the memes that have come out between the first and second episode, like, never has a character been hated more than the U.S. agent
oh,
character.
poor Wyatt Russell. Oh my God,
Like,
America hates him.
yeah.
Which is the point.
And of course, and it's his dad was in the MCU too. Tried to blow up, tried to destroy a world. The dad of
Somebody
Chris
said,
Pratt.
one of my friends asked, is this the first real life parent-child that have been as major roles in the MCU?
Oh, I wonder.
I think so. I think that's a safe bet.
We need to get the younger Skarsgård. He needs to give him a Marvel.
Yeah. Oh,
No, wait,
God,
wasn't?
Alexander
No, he
Skarsgård
wasn't.
in
No,
here.
wait, but his brother. His brother
Oh, Peter's
was
in Hulk.
Shatterstar.
Oh, wait. I'm thinking of Peter Skarsgård, who is not related, and his name is Sarsgaard. Never mind. His brother was Shatterstar. Ooh, that doesn't count. I'm so sorry. That's a Fox movie.
Yeah, you're right. I know, but they're producing the next Deadpool.
Not Shatterstar. He was like,
But he was Zeitgeist. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, it doesn't count.
Anyway, but yeah, people fuck. So U.S. Agent, what's his character's name? He's not known as
John
U.S.
Walker.
Agent. He's now just Captain America.
Captain America.
And then what's his? And then his. I guess.
Battlestar.
Battlestar, which he said, "I'm not a sidekick. I'm his partner."
I had the issue, I think it was either Captain America or West Coast Avengers, where that character, I forget, Lamar Hoskins, I believe.
Yeah.
That character in the comics called himself Bucky. And I remember an issue, I think it was of Cap, where I believe it was like an army, like a sergeant, took him aside and was like, "You really should not be using the name Bucky. It is highly offensive to Black Americans." And that's when he changed his name to Battlestar.
Yeah.
And that's where I learned that Bucky was an offensive term
Yeah.
as a child.
And but the interesting thing is, like, they're like, so we have almost this weird, like doppelgangers of
Yeah.
Sam,
Like
of Sam and
Republican
Winter
versions of
Soldier,
us.
and we have the Republican versions of them. Yeah, where it's just like we follow what the like they're working for the government and they're working outside the government, and basically this whole thing is that Bucky is so angry that Sam did not take this goddamn
He's
Captain America
so
shield.
angry.
He's so angry at him. And we know this. We know that he's angry. But we finally get him showing up like, "Why didn't you take the shield? Why didn't you fucking do it?" Like, they are so
He just keeps saying it to him.
angry at each other.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's just like, I'm just here for it. I'm
It-
here for it.
their presence is like the worst. They are the worst to each other because Sam does not want, because Bucky knows Sam was afraid and he threw it away, and like Sam knows that Bucky knows, and it's probably tearing Sam apart. He's probably so embarrassed, and his only excuse is like, can't you just listen to me that it was what I thought was the right thing to do? And Bucky's like, fuck that.
Yeah. Nope. And
Incredible.
but right now they're dealing with there's like a bunch of superpowered terrorists going around, which clearly seem to be, I mean, it seems to me, and I don't think, has it been officially said that they have the super soldier serum, that's why they're strong? Has it been officially
Well, I don't
said?
know. I don't know because I know that according to the graphics of the closing credits and rumors I've heard, the power broker could be a part of this show.
Oh.
I believe the power broker is who texted the girl who is the leader of the Flag Smashers. She got a text saying, "You took something from me. I'm coming to kill you." I think that could maybe be the power broker.
But is the power broker giving out the serum, or does he give powers out a different way?
I want to say a different way because that is how, according to my research, Joaquin Torres gets his Falcon powers in the comic book, is via the power broker.
Oh. But does US Agent or Battlestar, do they have super soldier serum powers?
That I cannot remember. I read a lot of US Agent when he was on the West Coast Avengers, and he wasn't a piece of shit there, or maybe I was just too little to understand that he was. But I never knew.
I think,
if he had
US
serum in
Agent
him or not.
more recently has been made a piece of shit.
Sure.
I don't think he was as much, but I think back then it was okay.
But he was like a failed Captain America, though.
Yes,
like he almost committed murder, and they like made him take off the Cap costume and put on U.S. Agent later.
Yes, but I think back then there was the idea of being a patriot wasn't as like a divisive thing.
Yeah.
Where now it's like, oh, you're a patriot, you're a bad guy.
So it's funny that back then in the comics, the mantle of Captain America was taken away from him because he went like kind of crazy. He got over emotional and almost committed murder. Now that would solidify him in the role of Captain America.
I know, right?
Right, everybody?
Jesus Christ. But do you feel what's Bucky's real name?
James Buchanan Barnes.
Yes. I feel like should we be calling him Bucky, James, Winter Soldier? What should we be calling him?
Bucky.
Bucky. Okay. Does he have this? He has the serum, right?
He do.
So
Yeah, you saw how fast he was running after the truck.
Yes. So he has it, but none of the others do. Do you feel how many of those 4 are going to be superpowered by the end of the series?
I think it's going to be. I'm curious to know what they do with John Walker after this. I feel like they might have given him a little something, right? Like they have powers.
When he was throwing
Battlestar.
that shield, that didn't look human to me.
No, yeah. They made it seem like I'm just really good at throwing the shield.
And I will say,
I'm just a normal guy.
He's
I'm
not,
like, no, you're
if he
not.
doesn't have powers, they're gonna inject themselves with shit.
Sure.
Now, we have been introduced to a lot of people. I'm still waiting to get what's her nuts? The girl from Scandal. What's her name? Emily
Kerry Washington?
No.
Not from Scandal, from Revenge.
Revenge. They're all
God.
the same thing.
Yeah, Sharon Carter.
Sharon Carter. I'm still waiting for her to fucking show up.
I know. Come on, Agent 13.
But we're introducing a lot of characters. But can we talk about my favorite introduction? Can you guess what it is? Who it is?
Isaiah Bradley.
And his grandson.
Elijah Bradley.
Uh-huh. Because you know what that means.
Yeah, we don't know that was Elijah, but we know that the guy has grandchildren, so that's a good start.
That's a fucking young Avenger there. That was it. When the door opened, I'm like, that's a young Avenger.
Yep. But Isaiah Bradley, played by, I forget the actor's name, but do you remember that Fox show in the 90s, Mantis? The superhero show. It was like M.A.N.T.
Yes.
It was like a guy in armor.
Yeah.
It was a short-lived show on Fox called Mantis. He was Mantis.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Anyway, he's like, oh, wow, the Winter Soldier. I've heard so much about you. Fuck you. Fuck you too. The U.S. government locked me up and experimented on me for 30 years. Now, that's what they did to the Black Captain America.
Well, I mean, you've read, what was that comic called?
Yeah, Truth.
Are they going to go there?
Oh, hell yeah, they're going there.
That's fucking dark.
That's what's going to be Sam's journey. That's going to be like what I have to think that Isaiah Bradley's going to be the inspiration for Sam to take the mantle back.
Yeah.
Oh,
because I'm just scared if there's going to be a whole episode going
like
through all of that.
That
was a fucking traumatic book to read.
That was intense.
It's fucking horrifying.
And the guy he's rightfully pissed off about something, so I'd imagine they're going to go there. Yeah.
And it's just very enjoying. Just the special effects in these battle scenes, seamless. It all looks
so good.
100% real. Like if you were
that,
like if someone was
Disney
like,
money.
no, he has those wings. Those are real. He's really flying. I would believe you. Like usually you look back, Like, maybe if you watch something from like 15 years ago, you're like, oh, I can see the CGI now. I would dare someone to be able to see the CGI of this. It's so
Thank
good.
you, Uncle Walt.
It's so good.
Yeah. I love like, hey, what are you going to do with all that money you made from MCU phases 1 through 3? Oh, we're going to invest it in the action sequences and special effects of phase 4.
Thank you.
Of course you are. Because you can do no wrong and you make every decision correctly.
And
except Hulk.
All of this hatred and anger they have towards each other comes to a head when they get arrested. And your favorite character, the therapist.
Oh my God, my favorite character. She's incredible.
Makes them... And here's the other gay part where she's like, sit closer. And they intertwine their legs together.
Mm-hmm.
What is that shit? Mm-hmm. Why was that necessary?
Mm-hmm. Like, what is this gay chicken they're
like,
playing?
I'm just going to be like, okay, the only reason for that was to give me a boner. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Or don't stop it. And yeah, they're just...
Please don't stop it.
Oh my God. It's just... Yeah, this show is just very... It's fun and lighthearted in one moment, and then it fucking just goes to a very dark place. I'm very interested to see, like, because this is such a Black Lives Matter, pro Black Lives Matter, anti-police brutality, guess what the government has done, has a fucked up past. You need to remember the history of how black people were treated in this fucking country. I am wondering, like, it feels like this is a very popular show. I'm wondering if the right are like trying to ban it or like boycott it because it is so, you know what I mean?
There's going to be a contingent of people who are going to be very upset by this show. And I, for one, am here for it.
Of course. I want to see them getting angry.
Can't wait.
But yeah, this show is just, it's great. It's great.
It's fantastic. It was such a good episode. It's just so well crafted. It's so well done. We are very lucky.
Lucky. It needs to be longer.
Yeah.
The other thing is part of me, which I can't do, and clearly we're doing this podcast, so I can't do it. Part of me would love to just not watch it until they're all released and then binge it straight through because it is too, like, it's just too short.
I know. Not me, though. I love the event TV that's been created.
No, and I do too. I do
shows.
too. I just give me 20 more minutes of it. 20 more minutes. I'm like a junkie.
Well, I love, like, what I look forward to is, and I didn't get to do it yet for episode 2, but our first viewing, we've got friends on Zoom, we're all drinking. Like, it's like a party atmosphere. It's celebratory. It's an event. And then watch it a second time, like, by myself or with my husband, just quietly kind of taking all the detail in.
Oh yeah, one day if I was going to say if I get sick, I was like, maybe if I get a cold, colds are going to happen again.
Yay!
I want to redo WandaVision just straight through.
Straight through.
It's going to feel good.
These are good. They're good shows. Thank God. Thank Kevin Feige.
Thank you. And thank you, listeners, for putting up with that.
Thank you.
For putting up with that. Thank you for listening to this drivel.
Thank you for tolerating us. Tolerance is really what this community is all about. And this community is also about comic books and comic book TV. That's right. So if you like comic books, hey, we enjoy having you here, but I have some bad?
I'd say it's good. It's good news.
If you read comics, well, that makes you queer. Boy.
Bye.
Damn.